guys, it's Vanna here, and I am gonna be reading some creepypastas to you guys that I actually have found on this one app. It's actually called Creepypasta. It's right there. And they have literally a lot of really creepy stories. I'm gonna read some. Let's get into this. 10:01. The Moors are having a baby. I glanced up from the table, surprised. They got the okay? My husband nodded. The paperwork came in today, so I heard. He lowered his eyes in sorrow. Poor Joanna. She's only 53, I breathed. A bead of sweat dripped down my brow, landing on the cool concrete floor of the bunker. Tried to remind myself to be thankful for this place, this concrete tomb, but it grew more difficult each day. Perpetuum Technologies, the company that sprung up just in time for the largest nuclear war the world had ever seen, had designed the vault to sustain 1,000 people for as long as it took the surface to be inhabitable again. Exactly 1,000 people. Poor Joanna, indeed. It's creepy. I don't even know what to think about that one. Okay. The 22nd story. Pablo had always enjoyed his work at the Cedar View Cemetery. His troubles seemed to melt away as he cared for the grounds, mowing, raking leaves, and the like. Except for the long old section, Pablo never stayed long in the area, because it still had those old-fashioned arms that held bells tight to string. In the olden days, people were sometimes buried alive and would crazily ring the bells, letting the groundskeeper know the time had not yet come. Pablo never liked going in that area, because even though the graves were so weather-worn, you couldn't read them any longer. Every time he walked by, the bells would ring. So it's like those people probably weren't dead at the time, and maybe the ghost is ringing the bells. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna read a couple more. Actually, we're only in 2 minutes, so I'll read as many as I can. Then I'll get to announcing and all that crazy crap. 24th October 2019. So I'm home alone for the weekend once the wife goes away. I notice my child standing in the cot, pointing to the corner of the room, appearing to interact with someone. I decide to start recording to show the wife how strange he is acting. And all of a sudden, I hear a strange huff sound in his room. He reappears, carrying on pointing, so then I decide to get him. The noise is at 15 seconds. The shing sound is white noise we always have in his room. That we always have in his room. That's creepy. You can also read these aloud. They can read these aloud. That was pretty creepy. 911 calls from an abandoned house closure. Sorry guys, my thing went off. The calls have stopped as far as I know. There hasn't been a single call from the residents since my last visit. In addition to that bad feeling surrounding the property seemed to have gone away. It's not anything that can be proven empirically, but I almost feel like I'm welcome at the house now. Before the call stopped, I couldn't pass by the property without feeling a sense of dread. Now I'm almost happy to pass by. Haven't been back to the house, nor do I feel inclined to do so. But as I said, I feel welcome to visit if I'm wanted. It's nuts. Okay, so, I really like reading these, so I might do a little series maybe on these. Where I take and I read. Yeah. We still got plenty of time, so I'm gonna read until we hit at least like 10 minutes. Then I'll spend the next minute, talking, maybe showing you guys some stuff. Okay. No, I'm not gonna read that one. Sorry. That one neither. Sorry guys, some of these are just aren't really good to read. Like some of them. Okay. Sorry guys, this is taking me a minute. I don't want to read something that might be too creepy. Yeah, let's read this. Oh shoot, sorry. Can you help me find my cat? Her cat. I was out one night in December around midnight. It was terribly cold. Being the day after Christmas, I sighed deeply, almost amused at seeing my breath. I was tired, walking home from my friend Ricky's house. We just got done eating a ton of snack food and playing Pokemon, battling over and over, like when we were kids. I miss those days. I'm 17 now, and kind of a nerd. I don't have a lot of friends, but I cherish the ones I do have. I don't have a girlfriend, but do have a crush or two. Anyway, I love taking walks at night. It was so quiet and peaceful. I also really loved the cold air caressing my cheeks and fingers. I sighed again, almost home. Just a block away was my house where I lived with my mom, two brighter younger sisters of 15 and 10. Part of me didn't want to go home, worried Mom would catch me up late and scold me for being out alone. Suddenly, I saw her. She was pretty, kind of short, but not a child. She had wavy blonde hair and was wearing satin pants and a light blue tank top. As I got closer, I could see her face. Pale skin was almost white as snow with piercing green eyes. Her lips and fingers were blue. She looked sad and very cold. I imagined it was because she was barefoot and had nothing on her arms. As I got about 3 feet away from her, she took a step toward me, said a chilling, soft, yet raspy voice. Can you help me find my cat? I shrugged and tried to smile. Sure, where do you think he is? She pointed to a truck parked in a driveway. I nodded and walked with her to the car before walking around it. Took off my jacket and offered it to her. Here you're gonna freeze to death. She smiled sadly, looked up at me. After a short pause, she whispered, I already have. But then I was getting freaked out by her. Didn't believe in ghosts or anything. Plus, I could see her breathing. Put my jacket on her shoulder, and for some reason, I was relieved when it stayed there. I made my way around the car. Sure enough, there was a kitten underneath. I reached in and pulled him out. To his surprise, he must have been focused on her. He purred in my arms and eagerly jumped to the girl when he saw her. She smiled at me, joyful tears now cascading down her snowy beige skin. She grinned wide and scratched the cat's ears. Thank you so much. I smiled back, glad she was happy. She turned to walk. It was in the direction I was heading in. Made conversation after a moment, briefly reaching over to pet the kitten. Talked about the weather, work, music, and the like. She was 17, named Hannah. She was out for a long time looking for a cat, freezing in a cool December air. Of course, our talk was very short-lived, since I was close to home. Jack, she said, thank you for helping me. She grinned. Of course, I said, blushing. She reached over and kissed my cheek. Her blue lips were like ice on my numb face. I shivered at the touch, though flattered that she did such a thing. Went to stammer a reply, but she had turned. Her words echoed in my head. Then I realized something. Wait, I didn't tell you my name. How did you? I asked, watching her walk away. She turned to look at me, smiled, and then vanished. That is messed up. That's messed up. we're literally almost out of time already. Just crazy. And guys, I am literally filming this earlier than I normally do. It is only 11:43 a.m. My bad. I won't be posting tomorrow because of Thanksgiving, but I will be posting. Well, this video will be, yeah, going tomorrow. How do I put it? This is very exciting, to be honest. But since we still got a few seconds, I'm gonna show you guys a video like I did yesterday because I thought that was really cool. And this video is kind of simple, but yet kind of funny. Shoot. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to because it's like almost that time now. I think I'll probably react to some of these videos. I think I might react to this one.
It started with the wine. The wine. We were shopping for a bottle to bring to her cousin's soiree.
My cousin's a sous chef. She's very gourmet.
I grabbed my favorite Cabernet.
He's got no clue, and so I say, darling, the wine.
Wine?
The wine. They're serving monkfish, so darling, the wine can't be red. How about this Austrian Riesling instead?
Honey, you know I don't like the Riesling. When have you ever seen me drink Riesling?
Never, but can't you listen this once? Red wine and fish, you'll look like a dunce.
Fine, I'll bring the red, you bring the white. That way I'll still get drunk, you'll still be right.
Fine.
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 Guys, I really did mess up at the end though. Anyway, that's all for now. For today, anyway. I cannot wait for you guys to see the next video. I will be reacting to some of my old videos on my Instagram, as well as maybe some pictures that I took. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I love y'all and hope you have an amazing day.